Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome tonight. Simi, thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I am sure majority of you have been wondering what is going on with Candice Owen with the defamation she made against Macron's wife, right? So Brigadier is also hired an investigator to look into podcaster Candice Owen before they sue her entire being for the claim of French First Lady being a man. Sometimes your mouth can actually put you into trouble. She made a claim like this without even having the guts to put allegedly or in her own opinion, right? But allegedly is the safest. And now she is on it. She is about to be on it. And let me tell you something. Our ancestors really have a way of finding them. You see those people that think they can talk ill about their own community and get away with it. There is always repercussion. Black people told me that not all money is good money. And that thing, I hold it very close to my heart. And in every dealing that I am dealing with human beings, I make sure it is fair because not all money is good money. Thank you all so much. Now, I don't know what her life is about to be, but whatever that is her problem. Sincerely speaking, I do not care about Candice Owen, and I am going to, if you wake me up tomorrow, maybe in the middle of the night, I will still tell you that I don't care about Candice Owen. I hope she gets everything they sue her for. Let's get into this video.
I came across this morning, and now this video clip that I also came across this morning, now that video clip makes sense.
Candice still ain't learned her lesson. Candice is still out here talking shit. This lady gonna lose everything. I'm wondering if Candice's husband and her still together.
This lawsuit, we got an estimate this weekend from a legal team. It is going to cost us millions. I don't have that money. Yeah. I really don't. I got to tell you, the estimate that we got, and I want to be clear, this is if it goes all the way through. So they said, from start to finish, if they don't drop this at some point, blah, 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 here's how much it's going to cost you just to get through deposition phase, how much it's going to cost you to go all the way through. And they are estimating $5 million. It's a lot of money. And we do not have that money just laying around.
They're going to take it all.
So I thought we could actually sell some t-shirts. I just picture people wearing this at the grocery store, walking by each other, and we know what it means, hashtag free Emmanuel. It's subtle enough. I really like this. Free Emmanuel. You're going to see somebody wearing t-shirt and be like, we know what's up. We know it's in France. Somebody rescue Emmanuel Macron. I'm not kidding. The estimate is millions.
Let's be clear. If Candice Owens sells those t-shirts, whatever money she makes from those t-shirts, it will go to Brigitte Macron. Oh yeah, Candice Owens, you say you don't have that type of money lying around. It's going to cost about $5 million, baby. I think it's going to cost y'all a little bit more. And I guarantee you that one of their main goals is to deplete you of all of the millions of dollars that you and your husband have. You see, before Brigitte filed this lawsuit, she did her homework. As part of the legal process, the couple hired investigators from Nardello and Company, a top corporate intelligence firm. In its report, Nardello and Company described Owens's links to the far right in France, as well as her connections to populist figures in both the UK and the US, along with her online interactions with a Russian nationalist, because all roads lead back to Russia. They also reportedly outlined her shift from a self-identifying liberal in her early career to a conservative, as well as her support for Donald Trump that she recently dropped. Now, we've talked about this on my page when we've talked about Candice Owens in the past, that she started her whole social media spiel. She started out as a liberal and she was going after Donald Trump. But somewhere along the line, she ended up meeting with, I believe it was the Purdue guy, and she found it to be more lucrative to be Black MAGA than a liberal. And so hence her switch to Black MAGA. Let's move on. According to the newspaper, the investigators were tasked with documenting Owens' public statements and detailing her background. Lawyers often task investigative firms with digging up information on people they intend to sue on their client's behalf. The Macron's lawyer, Tom Clare, told the Financial Times that their decision to sue came from their desire to understand why a conservative American podcaster has taken such an interest in them. Well, she's connected to the far right over in the UK, and she's connected to a Russian nationalist. Moving on. He added that the research provided by Nardello and Company would allow the Delaware jury to be informed of the context in which Owens made her claims. But Owens hit back following the revelation that the Macrons had hired a top investigations firm on the case. Quote, Brigitte Macron has once again been caught, and between lawyers, international PR teams, plus investigators, the couple is spending real money to quiet the paranoia of her past. And baby Candace, they're going to get all of your money. They're going to get all of your money to replace the money that they're spending to get your ass. Well, Candace Owens goes on to say exactly how much was spent to determine that out of a total of 12,704 tweets, I twice retweeted a Russian philosopher. Baby, this is the information that they're sharing with us that they got on you. There's no telling what the information they got that they aren't telling about you. Or that out of hundreds of speaking events worldwide, I once spoke at a conference in Paris with far-right French politician Marianne Merchal. The news comes after Owens revealed last week that Donald Trump personally called her to ask her to stop pursuing her story, questioning the gender and identity of France's First Lady, Brigitte Macron. Now, I didn't know that, but she, I guess, went publicly and talked about how Donald Trump personally called her and asked her to squash this story. And she refused. But I did see the video clips where she tried to chastise Donald Trump and J.D. Vance for not sticking up for her First Amendment rights. Baby, they don't have nothing to do with you and this lawsuit between you and Brigitte Macron. You were free to spew this nonsense, Candace Owens. You haven't been arrested. You have not been put in jail for spewing these lies about Brigitte Macron. Yeah. But there are consequences to you spewing lies about Brigitte Macron. She can sue you for spewing those lies. Girl, for as smart as you are, you prove to me every day how dumb you are. What do you want Donald Trump to do? You spewed lies on the internet. The government didn't come after you. The United States government didn't come after you. But the Macrons are coming after you for spewing those lies. And they have every right to do so. So that's why she's now budgeting out how much it's going to cost her with this lawsuit. Now, I'm no attorney, right? I'm no attorney. But $5 million, the $5 million she came up with, the cost, yeah, that seems on the low end. And I hope whatever they're suing you for, I hope they get every red cent and then some. Every red cent.
Candace, girl. Candace Owens is getting sued for $250 million, but she's allegedly only worth $5 million. She's getting sued by the president of France and his wife because she forgot the 2 words that protect every loudmouth with a microphone. Allegedly, and in my opinion. So here's the setup, right? She put out an 8-part series on YouTube claiming that Brigitte Macron, the first lady of France, was actually born a man. Why? She never said there's speculation. She never said some people believe. She stated it like she had seen her birth certificate, like she had some sort of notarized proof. She even added bonus conspiracy theories talking about incest and mind control. She sold merch, and she kept going after the Macrons told her to stop. Multiple times, they told her to stop. And now she's facing a 22-count defamation lawsuit in Delaware. But here's the thing people miss. When you speak publicly, especially to millions of people, you're either stating fact or you're giving opinion. And the law treats those two completely differently. Facts, if they're false and harmful, then that is defamation. Opinions are protected speech. But you have to make it clear to your audience that these are your opinions and not factual statements. That's where allegedly and in my opinion come in. They don't just magically make something true or false. They signal to everyone, including a jury, especially a jury, that what you're presenting is not verified fact. It's the difference between commentary and a lawsuit that you can't afford. Candace didn't just skip the disclaimer. She bulldozed right over it and kept on going. Now that is called actual malice, and it's the fastest way to lose your First Amendment protection. In the commentary world, those 2 little words are like your seatbelt, right? You can still drive fast, you can still take corners hard if you want to. But without them, one wrong turn, and you're flying through the windshield straight into a courtroom. A Candace girl, you in trouble.
I am devastated because here I was ready to invest in a monthly subscription for The Guardian, who I thought stood for real independent journalism, and now this Guardian. You break my heart with this headline: The Macrons versus Candace Owens. Lawsuit marks new phase in battle against conspiracy theories. You betray me, full on. What is this?
I made a video about Candace Owens a few days ago. And y'all have been tussling for days. Almost 500,000 views on that video that I'm not getting paid for, first of all. Thanks a lot, TikTok. But almost 500,000 views of people literally arguing that she's right. And we didn't watch her 6-part miniseries on why she's researched that this woman is a man. Now she get on her podcast again and say, the lawyer said it's going to cost me $5 million to take this lawsuit all the way to the end, to get to the deposition phase and all that. She said, I don't have that kind of money laying around. But I can sell these t-shirts. That'll raise some money. The constant grifter is what she is. She is a grifter. She will go from scam to scam, getting your money, because she has fans in my comments. They are die hard. They are ready to put down their money for her because they, first of all, half of them believe that the lawsuit had already been dismissed. It has not. And the other half are saying, oh yeah, she's right. I saw the 6-part document. Give her your money. Buy the t-shirts so that she can continue to live the lifestyle that she is accustomed to. Because girl, when I tell you, I would shut my ass up. I wouldn't say nothing else about that lady and her husband. I would shut up. Imagine losing your wealth because you're stupid and don't know how to shut up. Like, you can toe the line of saying controversial shit to get clicks and views. But when it gets to that lawsuit phase, where people have all these funds to spend, and you have so many funds to spend, that you gotta sell t-shirts, girl? Shut up!
I'm actually not over this. It is crazy to me. Wild. Just wild and crazy to me that Candace Owens went the route that she did to discuss the Macrons, specifically Brigitte. Y'all love calling people groomers. You got one right there. Hook, line, and sinker. And you want, well, she's a man? You wanted that lawsuit. That is fucking wild. And incredibly stupid. But also fucking wild. I'm gonna take a sidebar real quick, because I have it in my head, and I want to get it out. To the lady who was complaining about the fact that the teacher didn't decorate her homeroom to her liking. Teachers don't get paid enough for the job that they're doing already. And they have to pay out of pocket in order to get those decorations. If you want her to do better in her decorations, why don't you, a seemingly wealthy mother, put some money on her books so that she can do that? Because if you're not willing to do that, then I don't want to hear you complaining about shit. She's got a lot to do already. Back to Candace Owens. Her going on Tucker Carlson's show and being upset that JD Vance and Trump aren't, like, calling off Macron is predictable, but also incredibly crazy to me. You were the pet babes. You thought they were going to have your back? Girl, I thought you were smarter than this. You honestly believed the bullshit that they were peddling? Whew, that is upsetting. But I still cannot believe that you had groomer in the palm of your hand and you went with man. Do you need to hold on to transphobia that badly? Is it really what makes your bread and butter? I feel like we could have done literally anything else. And you did this. And it's crazy to me.
Damn, today the tea is so hot, my kettle can't even keep up. Listen, Candace. Sometimes you just gotta know when to fold them, baby. Sometimes you just gotta learn when to keep your motherfucking mouth shut when you don't have your facts lined up, girl. Like, if I'm in a room, I am not gonna open my mouth and speak on shit if I don't factually know anything about the subject. I'm not doing that. I'm not walking around with cake on my face. Because the minute you open your mouth and the shit is wrong, you were held to that account. That's why I don't get on here and fuck around. I come on. I've looked over this shit 50 million times. I verified it with verifiable people that know what the fuck they're talking about. And they have done their research on top of research and top of research. Candace, you've been checkmated by a bad bitch and you won't stay out of her panty line. And she gonna make sure you don't have a dime, bitch. Make sure she hits you where it counts, because she asked you nicely to leave her alone. She sent you letters, and you chose to be that badass, I'm a black bitch who knows what the fuck she talking about type of bitch. Well, Bridget said, let me show you what time she's on. Bridget Macron hired investigators to look into podcaster Candace Owens before suing her for ludicrous claim the French First Lady is a man, and dug up links to the far right. They know what kind of money she makes. She's online, Candace, talking about it's going to cost her $5 million and that she doesn't have that kind of money laying around. I hate to break it to you, Candace, but that $5 million's on the low end, sweets. They fist to take you for every single fucking dime that you have. The only thing that you can hope for is that they have some kind of compassion and maybe drop this shit or settle with you. But if they go through with the full lawsuit, you can start selling your little homes you have. You can start digging into your investments. And then you try to be cute and get some little t-shirts and hats on there. Every one of them little shits you sell going to Brigitte. You never should have had your nose in that woman's panty line. No pun intended. That wasn't your business. You should have backed out of it. But you were getting paid from it for clicks and views, like I said. And now, since you fucked around, you have entered the fuck around and find out phase in full fucking 8K. See? Karma, she comes. You shit on your own race so heavy, you fucked over your own people trying to tap dance for a room full of people who don't want shit to do with you. They tolerate you because you were easily controlled. They can't control people with strong wills and mindsets. You fell for it. You got in those rooms and they treated you like the help that you are. And now that you need help, where are those people you were tap dancing for, ma'am? Where they at? I seen a video where you said yourself, Trump called you personally and told you to drop this shit. All of that shit is factually backed up because I seen it on your own shit. So, bitch, you were warned. But you thought you were that bitch, only to find out that you're the token. And you said too much, and you played the game, and they're not going to go against a prime minister and his wife. They're going to go against you. Period. Good luck.
Skin color check. I'm black and I'm proud. But do you know who's not proud to be black? Yes, that's Candace Owens. She is not one of us. Yes, Candace, we all know you can take white inside you, but that doesn't make you white, does it? So all those privileges that white people get, you don't get. I don't know what made you.
This is all I got from this video. And to start with, I do not feel anything for Candace Owens. Why? Because you cannot betray your community and think everything will be okay. When you are against your own community, somehow things don't work well for you. It's either you start acting crazy and think you are okay, but deep down you know you are not okay, and you are not acting well. You know, when before I used to think Candace Owens was smart. On a serious note, let me tell you, I thought she was smart. Not until I started getting to know more, read Black history, talk about Black people, then I found out that she is just her brain ain't working great. Sorry to use that word, but I am also not sorry. I have told you guys sometime that I think last year I had a problem with my family friend who came to the house and we were talking politics. And first thing I heard from him was that he likes Candace Owens. So I said, on what ground? I needed to know. He said that that he buys in most of her opinion. Is that what? Yeah, that he concurs with majority of the things she says about people. So I asked, do you really know her deep down, or because you just feel like she talks about maybe gay because the man is anti-gay? Yeah, he's anti-gay and he's also I don't know, he's also anti himself because he's a Black person that doesn't know more about Candace Owens. That Candace Owens also doesn't like Black people, including him. So it was that point that I knew that I wasn't talking to a human being. I'm sorry I'm using that word, but I'm also not sorry because at this point in time, we don't talk and we just say hi. I mean, I don't say hi, but if he says hi, I will say hi just for maybe for formality, but he's very performative majority of times. All right. So some people actually doesn't know a lot about black people, but they feel like they know about black people. And Candace Owen is part of them. I am sorry, some people will be like, but she is Jamaican. Yes, you can be Jamaican and still not know about black people. Because you cannot know your people and you are against your people. This is how I feel. See, let me tell you something. Whether she is broke or whatever she is making from the t-shirt that she is going to sell from these people, I hope they take all that money and more. Sometimes when you think you are smart or you act smart, you don't know you are very dumb, because at this point in time, she has shown us that she is actually not smart. That whatever you've been saying all this while are just something that, you are just saying the tiny of her. She doesn't know anything, because if she knows something, she would know that going to that man is the biggest, the France president and the wife, going to them, talking about them and making it public, and also standing on your butts, because she's not using her sense, standing on your butt that you are right over what you are saying, and you have also made your you have also done your investigation. Which investigation did you do? Right? Is that not wild? It is very wild. Like, you can imagine a mayor, Candace Owens. Sorry, I'm using a mayor, but because she's a mayor, she doesn't have any political power or doesn't have any, big power to like stop some certain things. And I learned that she was told to stop with the story she was telling. And the worst part, when you are talking something that is allegedly missed out on that, in my point of missed out of it. And now she is going to be held responsible. And I hope they hold her, sincerely speaking. I hope they hold her till thy kingdom come. I meant every word that I say. The ancestors have a way of coming back to people. Candace Owen thought she could play black people because at some point she wanted to play herself, not even my people. One thing I have loved about black people is that they read you even from 100 miles. I don't know, billions of miles away. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, right? When she did something and everybody was like, Candace Owen, forget it. We are not part of it. Black people are not part of it. And I was like, what? Like, if you open every media, not one, you might be seeing 10,000 comments and everybody's saying the same thing about Candace Owen. That tells you something. Forget about maybe me always standing up. No. If thousands of people are saying the same thing about you, there is something wrong. On a serious note, it is not the one that some people are trying to defame or lie or something. You will still see the people that will say the truth. But when even the people that have been trying to hide her can no longer hide her, and they are coming out to say, it tells a lot. So she has stepped on so many toes and she is about to be beaten. And whatever comes out of it, that is her problem, not my problem. Black people, the only thing they know how to do is to stand up on business, and they will continue to stand on business. I don't know how one person think that she is going to win black people. Black people, that is not one, not two, not three. But she is just a single person. Why? Because she got married to a palm-colored person. Now, mind you, I do not have problem. I have been saying this thing on my channel, even till thy kingdom come. I will continue to say it. I do not have problem with where people find love. Yeah, if you find love, as long as there is genuine, it is genuine, and both they respect black people's culture. That is where I always stand, because you can marry a black man and not respect what they stand for. As long as you respect that, I do not have problem with that. Find your love, go with your love, do whatever you want with your love. But you see that moment you denigrate black people for no reason, that is where I have problem with you. That is the only place you will see me tell you my mind. So, to your tent, O Israel, let her go run her world and let her get ready for the lawsuit because she is going to pay through her butts. I am going to draw the curtain here. Bye for now.